And we're back to learning ChatGPT, and this time I'm going to share a couple of more tips about prompting. I don't really know how to categorize these tips, so it's just a random collection. Let us first start with summaries. So you can use ChatGPT to summarize, for example, books, which might come in handy when you still go to school, especially public school. You can get around reading all of these books that you don't necessarily want to read. Let me just use, for example, Pulp by Charles Bukowski, and it can easily write you a summary and you know what's happening. You can dive deeper by saying elaborate a little bit on this point of the summary if you want to know more. Let's say you want to summarize a YouTube video. For example, I've got this one here, a simple TEDx talk. What doesn't work is to just paste the URL. So if you tell ChatGPT to write a summary about the video and then paste the URL, so it's now about a video titled The Power of Vulnerability, but that's not what the video was about. Instead, it was the secret behind walking. So what you have to do instead is to use the settings right here, then show transcript, and then copy the transcript. The ChatGPT version that I use has a limitation on words, so let me just use like 9 minutes. And now I write summarize this video and I paste the transcript. This should work, and it does. So this size was fine, but when you have like a 1 hour video that has a very big transcript, you might have to cut it in parts and then paste it one by one, and it gives you a summary so that you don't have to watch the entire 1 hour video. Same goes for blog posts. Let me just copy something, maybe like the first 6 points here about better sleep. So just tell ChatGPT to summarize it and paste the text. And you can always say elaborate on this point if you want to know more. But summarize is a helpful tool to speed things up. The next tip, if you want to use the results of ChatGPT, for example, on websites, it's a good idea to use a plagiarism checker or a paraphraser. Let me just use this text as an example. And Quillbot is a free tool, at least in its basic form, so you can try that out for free. For example, I switched to fluency, and it now changes things up a little bit. And this helps you to not get flagged for duplicate content. There are also tools like originality.ai. It's a plagiarism checker and an AI detector. And it scans your text, which you can see right here. It costs you money, so this is not a free tool. I just want to show you an example. In general, it's a good idea to always test and check the text that you use from ChatGPT if you want to publish it on your own website, and also when you want to publish it as a book, for example, on Amazon. These detectors, they will get better in the future and they will flag your stuff. It may lead to Google deranking your website, and even Amazon might give you a flag on your KDP account or something. So be careful here. But you can always use ChatGPT to rephrase stuff, and at some point the best AI detector will not be able to detect it anymore. Another tip about keywords. It's a good idea to add the keywords before you let it write the text. So if I stick to this one and add my main keyword, it's going to be added in the book review, but the text is not really based on the keyword. So I found out that it's a better idea to give ChatGPT a random list of your keywords that you want to have first. it starts generating something here, I'll stop it. But after you gave it the list, you then tell ChatGPT to use this keyword list and write your book review. So provide the keywords up front and then let it write the text. That's a much better approach as far as I can tell. Another tip, you can always improve the readability, but this is a little bit too broad. So if you want to have good results, tell it to take the role of a story editor and a professional proofreader, and then rewrite the text. So this makes it more specific and it gives you better results. Once again, it's just my experience, but for me this was the case. Whenever I gave it a specific role to play in rewriting content, it made the results better. You can use ChatGPT to write your terms and conditions for your website. It's obviously not the same as you would have a lawyer write that for you. But if you just have a personal blog and you don't want to invest money for a lawyer, this is a good replacement. It's better than nothing, definitely. You can do the same for privacy policy and a copyright section if you want to have that on your website. What you can't do though is tell ChatGPT to take the role of a professional lawyer. This is kind of like I would say, trigger word. So if I use this right here for, let's say, Florida, it's going to tell me that this doesn't work. As an AI language model, it cannot be professional lawyer or replace it. So you want to avoid such trigger words. In this case, it's lawyer that's causing the issue. So instead of using professional lawyer, let me paste this and I'll replace professional lawyer with legal expert. And now it works. So you may run into issues, for example, if you use words like doctor, lawyer, you want to use professional, expert in a given field without specifically mention lawyer or doctor, and then things work. And these were just a couple of tips. I'll try to stay up to date and make more videos like these whenever I stumble across new tips using ChatGPT. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you for watching and I'll see you next time.